Hello and welcome to Glitch Cube, we're a gaming podcast, and each week we take a deeper look into the art of video games. As always, I'm Christian.
And I'm Chris.
And welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us again in this fun adventure. And we are returning to the world of Axium. If you guys are not familiar with what that is, we definitely recommend you listen to last week's episode. So all last week, we were playing The Quiet Year. The Quiet Year is a fantastic world-making game based on cards, and each card represents a different week within the year, and it brings its own different types of issues or events that we have to react to. Now, this is a slightly visually based game, right? Because we are drawing the map as we are explaining things, but don't worry, everything we draw will be added to the wonderful map that we have created, and we will be sure to post it on social media for you as well, so you can check that out. So just a real quick rundown of what kind of went through last episode. So we started the world building process, and we have our world of Axium. Axium is divided into 4 different, I would say, regions. We have Voldor, Dialis, Lothran, and Chrysalis. And this is more of a kind of fantasy-based realm. We do have magic, and we have some alchemy, kind of, with the plants and fauna out there. And there's a lot of unknown mysteries afoot as well. And in our last episode, we ended on a slight cliffhanger where the secret society in Lothran that is housed in the volcano just found a powerful source of magic, a giant crystal that they might be interacting with over these next couple seasons. So in the first episode, we actually went over spring and summer, and then we will be closing out with fall and winter this time. For those of you who do not know how the Quiet Year works, in winter could be cut short. So if the King of Spades shows up, then that means that this year is over. So technically, in the writing of the Quiet Year, the frost giants appear and end the year itself. Now, me and Chris have discussed this, and we feel like just because the year ends doesn't mean the world ends. So that means that we could definitely continue this world in the future as well. And the whole purpose of this is to kind of branch into our We Make a Game series that we do quite often. And we are creating the world that we will eventually create an idea for a game in. So it's just been kind of a lot of fun just brainstorming and figuring these things out. So I closed out last season, so that means that it is your turn to start. So why don't we just hop right into fall and see what comes. All right. So your card for fall is the 5 of clubs.
So the parish arrives. Who are they? Why have they chosen your community, and for what? Or a small gang of marauders is making its way through local terrain. How many are there? What weapons do they carry? Ooh.
Yeah, and apparently these next 2 seasons, too, just as a precursor, get very heavy with, like, issues. So as the year progresses, the problems become worse and worse for the community. So just a heads up, everybody.
I think I'm going to do a parish.
Okay.
Because I always love the idea of like a religious group being somewhere in these kind of fantasy settings, right?
Yeah.
All
right, you can do some interesting stuff with that right now.
Yeah, because when I think of it, I'm thinking of Dialis, right? Where it's like the upper mages, like the fancy do-gooders are there, and I'm like thinking, are they like...
Well, and remember last time too, in Lothran, we had that group that went to go examine the giants.
Yep.
And the representatives of Dialis actually died in the process.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to make this interesting. The parish arrives from Dialis on Chrysalis.
No.
And they're looking for the flying machine.
Oh, okay. So they go into the port?
Yeah, they go into the port. and their like priority is to reach the flying machine and talk about the good it could do for everyone. But they're looking out for themselves. They think they can fly and meet their god.
Nice. It's interesting. Yeah, because I mean,
also, if I talk a little funny, everybody, I'm sick. So, FYI, I'm not pinching my nose the whole time.
So that's actually pretty interesting because like Dialis is like I would consider them the powerhouse of our area because they are like the owners of all the fauna. They seem to have the most trade available to anybody, and they just have the Magic Academy too. So now that they're branching out with a religious sect, we haven't established a religion for them into Chrysalis, like the Unknown Lands. This is interesting. I like that.
Yeah, I wanted to bring up a little something different. I want to tie in that flying machine with that gargoyle they found at some point.
Clever. I like it. Okay, and so that is your card. I don't believe that we have any current projects. No, we do not. I think we wrapped everything up pretty nicely last time. So now you will have the choice of either discover something new, hold the discussion, or start a project.
Let us start a project.
Okay.
And it's going to be in Dialis.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be, I'm trying to think of a cool name. It's basically going to be like the Grand Cathedral.
Oh, okay.
For this parish, right? So it would be like, I feel like it would be located in the major city. So like where we place this on the map will be like kind of, I guess it wouldn't probably be too far from the academy, because that's where I'm thinking like the big main city is. So
okay, so maybe somewhere like there.
Yeah.
Okay, and how long do you think that's going to take?
How many weeks is a season?
The seasons are 9 weeks because we're playing the sped up version.
Okay, let's do 6.
6 weeks. Okay.
Just because it's huge.
It's going to be massive.
Yes.
I like it. Nice. All right, my turn. So I got the 6 of clubs. And with the 6 of clubs comes, let's see, introduce a dark mystery among the members of the community. Or conflict flares up among the community members, and as a result, a project fails. Interesting. Well, we only have one project, and I actually really like it. So, let's see. All right. So, introduce a dark mystery among the members of the community. So, okay. All right. I think. Yeah. All right. So, there's going to be rumors that are going to be starting to spread within Dialis itself. And because Dialis seems to have, I guess, like the most wealth on paper, it looks like they are doing very well for themselves, very heavy in magic. But the secret is that the magic does not come from Dialis. It is not the main home of it. It's not the originator. It actually came from Chrysalis. And that group that went out there, the religious group, is actually there to make sure that word doesn't get out. So that's kind of the dark rumors or dark mysteries that are kind of popping up within Dialis itself.
I like that.
Yeah.
It makes you kind of think like that parish or like the religious side of Dialis is like kind of like, I don't want to say the Illuminati, but they're the ones that control kind of the flow of everything.
Yeah.
Almost. Ooh, I like this.
Yeah. All right. So after that, this project now goes down to 5 weeks, and then I'm going to start a project as well. And the project that I'm going to start is actually based on that crystal. So I think that the people of Lothran, the hidden sect within the volcano, are going to begin studying the magic properties of the crystal itself to try and get a better understanding of what it can do. So with that, I think that's going to be, because they're just studying, and they do have some magic background, destructive magic. I'm going to say 4 weeks. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Cool. All right. Hey, that's my turn. All right. And then now you have the Jack of Clubs.
Your project finishes early.
Oh, nice.
Which one and why? Ooh.
Oh, that's really all there is. Oh, so with the Jack, usually with the cards, they have either 2 options. But with this one, it's the project finished early, which one and why. But if there are no projects underway, restlessness creates animosity, and animosity leads to violence. Who gets hurt? But luckily, we do have some projects.
So, I think the crystal finishes early.
Okay.
Because the group that's in the volcano are like very, very knowledgeable, right? They're probably some of the smartest magicians and people in the whole Axium. That's why they're secretive, like, to me, I'm looking at them as kind of like the rivals of like that Illuminati that are in Dylus, right? Like that sect. Like they're both secretive, but with different purposes behind what they want to do. So them wanting to study this crystal, like they were able to find more knowledge in their libraries and were able to understand it better.
Got it. Makes sense. So since that project was mine, I get to determine the exact outcome of what just happened from that. So I will say that so we've kind of established that this area, or the people in the volcano, have been kind of secretive, right? Throughout all this stuff. So I'm going to say that they are no longer secretive. Like they are making themselves known all across Lothran, but not just Lothran. That little peninsula area that kind of looks like Florida poking off a Dylus.
Yeah.
The magic has spread to there, and it is a destructive fire magic. So we are starting to see some major issues rise up there where they're kind of, I guess, like you can say that they are starting to spread into this area. And we did say that, that there was a kind of a rebel group down here as well.
Yeah.
So I'm just so they're kind of like encroaching on that land and basically saying like, we are the powerful force here. Like we are going to be taking over slowly but surely. So kind of like starting an invasion there.
Yeah.
Cool. And then last part of your turn would be hold discussion, discover something new, or start a project.
I really want to do something with one of the like materials that we have, but I'm trying to think like what can I put with clay?
Oh, and maybe magic might also be kind of on the rise right now too.
Yeah. So discussion wise, I think I want to have a discussion.
Okay.
I want to, because I figured this is the only way to make it happen. Since we're focusing on the crystals so much in the volcano, what if they were able to capture that giant and bring it back to the volcano? Thoughts?
I like it. Okay. So with the discussion, we got to play up from the community as if we're members, right? So are we acting as just members of Lothran, or we are acting as members of the people in the volcano, the magicians?
People in the volcano.
Okay.
Because people of Lothran don't know where it's gone.
Got it. So it's just disappeared. Boom. There. Okay. Well, with the power of the giant, I think that we need to imbue the new power we have into our god, the giant, and just let them unleash Lothran's wrath. Too long have we been in the underbelly of Dylus. No longer will we be under their thumb. No longer will we be succumbed to their trade. We will take what is rightfully ours. We are the original magic, the purest magic, the magic of destruction. is what we have.
I agree, young laddie. We can use this giant to bring back the days of old when giants walked this land, but under the power of us.
Of course.
Not only will we be able to create the strongest power in Axium, but we'll hold it forever.
I like it. This is creating like that perfect supervillain.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So my card is... Oh, and if you guys haven't listened to the first episode, holding the discussion doesn't lead to anything in particular, just like it would in normal society, right? It is just people airing their side of an argument or a decision that's being made. But it can help us as far as role-playing or decision-making in the future whenever we start projects or discover new things or, act on situations. So just so that everybody is on the same page. All right, so I have the Queen of Clubs. So disease spreads through the community.
Oh.
Choose one. You spend the week quarantining and treating the disease. Project dice are not reduced this week, or nobody knows what to do about it. Add health and fertility as a scarcity. Let's see. So I think because we did say that trade kind of went lower than expected this year, because we had some rebels from Voldor come through and actually burn up some of the crops of Dialis. So I'm going to say that because it's becoming fall and the weather's changing now, Voldor is struck with the disease. But luckily, because they have made connections with Dialis, and this is kind of spreading Dialis pretty thin, so we got to think about that. They are going to help out Voldor with their magic, but that also means that projects are not going to be worked on this time because they're going to be focusing on that area.
Right.
Okay. And then as far as, let's see. So, start a new project, discover something new, or hold a discussion. Let's see. I think that I'm going to discover something new.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to discover a ancient crypt in Chrysalis that the parish that went out there kind of seemingly stumbled on, quote unquote, right? But they seem to kind of get lucky really quickly to find it. So they found an ancient crypt actually within the ruins that were kind of a mystery to everyone. So they're kind of honing in on that area right now. All right, now
I like that.
Yeah, I think it could be something interesting. So we got some really good stuff coming in already. So we got invasion, people coming to power, a giant, and then now we have a parish that's trying to cover up an ancient mystery. Voldor is sick. Like, we got a lot of interesting things right now. And then we still have the unknown materials from the gargoyle too.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. All right, so your turn now, my friend. So you have the 8 of clubs.
Someone sabotages a project and the project fails as a result. Who did this and why? Someone is caught trying to sabotage the efforts of the community. How does this community respond? Ooh.
Oh, boy. So really, the only project we have is the Grand Cathedral still.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think that should be at 3 weeks now.
I don't want to bring in the volcano just yet, because that'd be kind of far for them to reach up there.
But we did have a subsect of Voldor that already attacked the crops.
Right, I think that's what I was going to go with.
Or we also have the little hidden society that's kind of being attacked right now by Lothran. So there's like some different sects within Dialis. It's not all perfect as it appears on the surface.
I think that group that burned the fields was caught trying to destroy the cathedral.
Mm-hmm.
And in their misdoing, they're the ones that kind of spread that plague or whatever that you had in yours. But they got caught.
I like
and because of that, tensions are kind of growing between Dylus and Voldor, even though like Dylus realizes like that's like a small like rebel group.
Yeah, but no matter what, the society itself would see it as, they wouldn't picture it as a small sect. It's when one person acts, the whole country acts, right? Like, that's just something that is just, we deal with on a day-to-day basis, right?
Yep.
I mean, think about like the Taliban, right? The Taliban doesn't speak for the whole country, but for some reason we have people who are completely racist against the entire country. So,
yeah. So tensions are growing. So the border of Dylus and Voldor are getting a little bit heavier, but in turn, the border to the south is getting weaker.
So maybe there's more like armed guards in the River City now from both sides.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. That's pretty good. Okay. And then because of yours, does yours allow the projects to go through?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, cool. So that one's going to be at 2. And then the last part of your turn would be hold a discussion, discover something new, or start a new project.
There's a discovery.
Okay.
On the eastern coast of Dylus, a little bit further out, there's a ship.
Oh.
And the ship is sunken, right? Or how can I put this? No, it's not sunken.
Like maybe in the wreckage?
Yeah, there is like a ship that looks like it's sailing, but it's sunk, right? It wasn't noticed before, but recently it's been seen from up on top of the Magic Academy. They looked out and they saw that there was a kind of a huge boat down there, unlike anything they've ever seen.
Nice.
And they're wondering what it is.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's going to be good. All right. So
it'll be a good project later.
Yeah, I think so. Like a little expedition group. But Dylus has to be careful. They're spreading their resources pretty thin here. They have an attack to the south. They're increasing their troops on River City. They have the parish out in Cressless that's kind of stirring things up, which is creating a commotion within the capital itself. The Magic Academy is still very new, right? Like, there's a lot of things going on. It's very interesting. All right. I have the 7 of clubs.
Oh.
All right. So a project just isn't working out as expected. Radically change the nature of this project. Don't modify the project die. When it resolves, you'll be responsible for telling the community how it went. Or something goes afoul and supplies are ruined. Add a new scarcity.
Ooh.
Interesting. I think... Like, I'm very tempted with the project one because I think that's really interesting. So let me just go over that one more time. So a project just isn't working out as expected. Radically change the nature of this project.
I could think of something good with the project one.
So I think that, yes, they are trying to make a grand cathedral at one point, and a cathedral, it has the overtone of being an inviting place for believers or, you know, people who are interested in their ideals. But I think given everything that's been going on, the discovery of the ship that they're probably not going to be sharing with everybody else, like Dylus is kind of unraveling a little bit. So I'm going to say that Grand Cathedral is now more of like a fortress that is being built. Like originally it felt like it was a very warm, welcoming area they're trying to create in the heart of Dylus, like as their beacon of hope. But with the recent attacks, with everything that's going on, the illness in Voldor that they don't want spreading, they're starting to kind of close down their walls a little bit. And it's now no longer a cathedral. Well, it might still look like a cathedral, but the vibe of it has completely changed.
Would they want to instead fortify the whole city, or just create like a massive like fortress inside of the city?
I'm thinking that they're fortifying the whole thing. Like it might be like a kind of grandstand area, right? Like where all of their highest officials are now staying in there. Like, right? Like, like it is close enough to the Magic Academy so that they can still function and make it appear like everything's going fine. But we have attacks to the south. We have rumors going around. River City is now not as a welcoming place. Like, there's a lot of issues going on there. So I think that's what's going on with the Grand Cathedral. All right. And then I think that... I want to hold a discussion in Voldor. And the discussion I want to hold... I'm just going to hop right into the RP of it. Okay. We need to destroy the tunnel. We need to close off our barriers once again. We cannot let anybody from Dylus, from Lothran, from Chrysalis now, the mysteries behind there. We don't know what's going on out there, but it's just pure chaos. Look at how Dylus is falling apart. Rumors are being spread around like wildfire, just like the same wildfire that burned their crops. We need to be more self-sustaining. We should have never, ever opened that tunnel up and wasted materials on River City.
Interesting viewpoint. I believe we should let our people have a choice between wanting to stay here in the comforts of Voldor, or if they would rather be outside these walls, allow them to make a pilgrimage outside of the mountains. And then once that's settled, we could close off this mountain. There's too much going on in the outside area that could put us at risk with all our history and discoveries untouched. We don't want it to fall into the wrong hands. I think we should have a satellite city with our people that want to leave, and we can be still somewhat in touch with the outside world.
Interesting. I like those ideas. Good job. All right, bud. It's your turn. You got the 9 of clubs.
The community works constantly, and as a result, a project finishes early. A group goes out to explore the map more thoroughly and find something that had been previously overlooked. Ooh.
Interesting. Well, there's only one project, and that one's going to end on your turn right now. Not to metagame, but yeah.
No, I wasn't thinking about the project anyway. I was kind of thinking of putting this in terms of kind of what you were just talking about. Because I want to save the project that I have in mind for the ship. Something different. I think there is a group that's leaving Voldor, right? A group that doesn't want to be isolated. And on their trip south of the tunnel, they find this like subterranean ruin. Or it's like subterranean, but there's like old like buildings, like housing in there. And it just looks like they were kind of carved into like the walls, and there's like kind of big empty spaces in between. Like it's, I don't want to say it's like a huge city underground, but definitely a lot of people have lived there. And the group that decides to leave Voldor make that their new city.
Ooh, I like that. Now, is this something that looks fresh or something that was made long ago?
Something that was made long ago.
Okay. Cool.
And it looks human-made.
Interesting. Okay.
I also feel like since it is underground, you can't really tell from the top aside from maybe like one or two abandoned like buildings.
Like maybe there's some sort of like statue markers, right?
Yeah.
And if you know what you're looking for, then you know where to go.
Yeah, so it's kind of secretive, and they're still in contact with people of World War, but yeah, they're their own little hidden thing.
I like it. All right, well, that means that the cathedral now finishes, but the cathedral is no longer just a cathedral. But I guess you could say it is, but think about it more of a fortress style, right? So very thick cement walls, but the way that it is now being used is that they are becoming, it's housed by radicals, right? People very, very strong faith who feel like Daedalus is the answer for everyone, right? And they're creating that like extreme nationalism ideals within that grand cathedral. So I think that's kind of what's coming out from there right now. Yeah. Very interesting. All right. And then, so discover something new, start a project, or hold a discussion.
Let's do a project.
Okay.
Research of the boat.
Yeah. That's what I figured.
Did we thought we did research for the gargoyle, like the materials. Did nothing ever come of that?
We have unknown materials now, but we haven't gone further into that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then how long is the boat going to take?
Let's do, since Daedalus, they're stretched a little thin. Let's do 3.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. It's pretty close to, and they can see it from the Magic Academy. And luckily for them, it is kind of tucked away in an area that's kind of out of the eyes of the other countries.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Cool. All right. So I have the 2 of clubs. So someone returns to the community. Who and where were they? Or you find a body. Do people recognize who it is and what happened? Interesting. Okay. So I think that the people of the underground city, since they're kind of near the riverbank, a body of one of the members of the parish that went to Chrysalis washes up ashore there.
Ooh.
And they are able to tell who it is just based off the fact that, I mean, it's pretty obvious he's probably wearing some sort of like clothing or religious memorabilia,
Yeah, some like golden garb or something.
Yeah, something super extravagant, right? So there's a body that is found right there from a member of the Daedalus parish. Ooh, I like that.
I like that too.
Okay, so now your boat research goes down to 2 weeks. And then, let's see, I think that I'm going to start a project as well. And I think that, we're going to start researching the unknown materials to see what they can do. Daedalus is running out of resources currently. They are massively under attack, losing a lot of people. So we are going to research the unknown materials themselves as a new source of power in response to the crystal. And I think like 4 weeks should be fine, because I'm going to say that they're researching the unknown materials in the Magic Academy itself. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, so this is actually the final card of fall, and you have the 3 of clubs.
Someone leaves the community after issuing a dire warning. Who? What is the warning? Or someone issues a dire warning and the community leaps into action to avoid disaster. What is the warning? Start a contentious project that relates to it. Ooh.
I love how like gritty these little conflicts are getting now.
Yeah. I think that the people of Dylus, the Magic Academy, the Cathedral, Fortress, whatever, River City, they hear of someone, a soothsayer, I guess that's what you call them, warning about how there's fire on the lands to the south, right? There's fire people, there's cannibals, there's all this kind of crazy stuff happening to the south, and people are realizing like that might be the bigger threat than Voldor. So the new project that they want to create to settle this is by creating a barrier to the south of Dylus.
So create a barrier.
Basically a great wall.
Oh wow. So they're kind of taking the xenophobic nature.
Because I was thinking at first, well, Dylus kind of has the power that they might be able to use magic and actually break off the land if they wanted to.
That's kind of what I was thinking might end up happening here.
That, honestly, if we get a card that breaks a project, I might think that. Or maybe I'll think that at the end of the project.
Yeah.
Make it make it 4 weeks.
Okay. Cool. So
I'll do something crazy with it.
Nice. All right, so that goes down to there. And then now last bit of your turn. All the projects have been adjusted. So discussion, discover something new, or start a new project. This season got so chaotic so fast.
I know. Oh man, there's so much. I really want to do more for Lothran because it's so like empty on the map.
Yeah. Well, here's a question. Do everyone of Lothran share the same attitude as the ones in the volcano? Or would they be trying to separate themselves from them?
I was thinking that. They would want to separate, but because they realize that they're pretty powerful, they might look at them as like possible allies to help kind of take care of things.
Like maybe the whole land is so in unrest, right, that any form of power seems like a good idea to lean on.
Yeah. I think that's it. Because Lothran's strength only lies in their terrain. They don't really have a good offensive. They just have a good defensive.
Right.
What was that thing to the left, the green?
Oh, that was a discovery of foliage, of things growing from the ash, or the barren wasteland.
How about we do a project on that?
Okay.
Make it a 2-week project.
Cool. All right. So now we're creeping into winter now. And I have the 10 of spades to kick it off. So in preparation for the coming year, the community begins a huge undertaking. Start a project that will take at least 5 weeks to complete. Oh, wow. Interesting. With everything that's going on, I think that in Lothran, because they have such great defense and like we said, they don't have good offense, they do rely on other people's help in that aspect. I think that they are going to start a project, but the project is going to be a debate, kind of, right? So it's going to be how does the capital of Lothran leverage the power of the volcanic community? So I think that's going to be the project. Is like, how do they basically split Lothran or come to terms as to how to utilize each other's strength to get what they need? So I'm just going to say like a discussion between Lothran or in Lothran.
I kind of like that.
And it says that this needs to be a 5-week thing. Which makes kind of sense, right? Like, this is a pretty big undertaking at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, your boat actually finishes up right now. So what happens with the boat project?
So they're finally able to get a crew out to scour the boat.
Mm-hmm.
And they come to realize that the boat is a lot bigger than they thought. A lot of it is submerged, obviously. And while there was a good part sticking out of it, and granted, this hasn't always been there. Like, they've been able to see out on this ocean for quite a while with the Academy, and they would have seen something this big sticking out earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Amongst the wreckage, something stood out. Something unseen to anyone on Axium. They notice a young... Oh, what the hell do I call it? I don't want to make it a kid. Oh, yeah. They notice a young kid stranded in this boat. Sick, exhausted, tired. But it doesn't look like anyone that's from Axium at all. This child has long ears like an elf.
Oh, interesting.
Definitely not a being of Axium. But the kid right now is too sick and too tired to really talk.
I like it.
And tell them anything. So they at least found the child. They also found a bunch of artifacts and other stuff on the boat. But the sick kid is the most important part.
I like that. That's good. Okay. So now I can either hold a discussion, discover something new, or start a new project. I think we got a lot of good things going on right now. Let's see. I think that maybe a discussion would be good. So I think that in the discussion, it needs to happen in the underground city in Voldor. And I think that they need to be discussing what to do with the remains of the representative from Dialis. And try and figure out what happened with that. So, let's see. We built this community knowing that we want to seek the outside world. We want their help, and we need to do something about this representative from Dialis. He just washed up here ashore. Like, what if something happened? What if something that we don't know is going on out there? Like, we need to reach out to the capital. We need to make a trip to the Grand Cathedral and bring them word and deliver the body of one of their brothers.
This man is dressed like no one we've ever seen from Dialis, though. Like, who is this person? Like, what of importance does he have? And what if we bring him to Dialis? What if they don't like this person? They come after us. Like, what will we do? I'm all for bringing closure to this person, just like every soul should have. But how did he get here?
I do not know. All right. Your turn, bud. So 5 of spades.
Winter elements destroy a food source. If this was your only food source at scarcity, winter elements leave everyone cold, tired, and miserable. Project dice are not reduced this week. We'll do that.
Okay. Simple. It's a harsh winter. And, there is a lot of stuff going on right now. So it kind of makes sense that, like, they're not gonna, Yeah.
All
right. So, since project dice are not going down, now you can hold a discussion, discover something new, or start a new project.
Can the discovery be like them talking to the sick child?
I think that's a discovery, right? Finding out who they are. If they find some information, they're discovering something about them.
Yeah. So, they speak to the child, right? And the child is slightly coherent, but speaks the same native language as everyone on Axium. The child came with a warning, saying that They came with their parents as well as multiple other families on this boat to try and find security, to try and find peace, because where they're from, it's non-existent. They said that where they're from, it's huge, great areas of land exist, but it's ravaged by unknown monsters and other forms of violence. But sadly, on the way here, they were found, and that's why the boat was sank.
Ooh, I like that. That's perfect, because it's just expanding this world out even further.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. So I have the 2 of spades. So, a headstrong community member takes charge of the community's work efforts, a project fails, and then a different project finishes early, or a headstrong community member tries to take control of the community. How are they prevented from doing this? Due to the conflict, project dice are not reduced this week. Interesting. So, I think I'm going to go with the first option. So a headstrong community member takes charge of a community's work efforts, a project fails, and then different project finishes early. So I'm going to say that the study of the unknown materials fails.
Yeah.
And then the study or the creation of the southern border actually is sped up. Whether that's sped up to be safe, who knows, right? And what comes of it, that's up to you. But I think that basically like kind of think like prime minister, right? Because we're kind of doing like the cathedral aspect of Daedalus, right? They are pushing for the defenses necessary against Lothran. Like they feel the threat coming. They haven't heard from the parish that went to Chrysalis. They don't really know what's going on. Now they're just learning about unknown worlds and unknown mysteries, but they don't want this information to get out of Daedalus. They want to hold on to that because information is power. So they are putting every single bit of effort and resource into making the barrier happen. So you can say exactly how that comes to fruition.
The barrier was thought to be a huge wall, but with growing concerns of possibly a giant from before, and knowing that they never had their research team come back to tell them about it, made them think, a wall is not going to keep a giant out for long. So instead, with the power of magic and how strong they are with the earth elements and Daedalus, they decide to basically cut a line through the ground and create this huge, I guess I just said line anyway, but basically cuts the bottom off from the land.
I like it.
Aside from one bridge.
So there's a land bridge, but everything else is cut.
Yes.
So where would the land bridge be?
Actually, you know what would make this cooler? Sorry.
No,
Instead, there's bridges on both the west and eastern side. And instead of being bridges, they're actually like kind of like dams, right? That are holding the water at bay.
Okay.
But they're the only way across. Otherwise, it's hollow ground.
Okay. So
in case those get destroyed, water will come flooding in instead.
Okay, so they made like a big old divide across the whole southern tip of Daedalus, which is a huge deal, right? Like they're cutting off a lot of their community. Yeah. And then we have a couple connecting like dams, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there are towns to the south, like where the swamp is and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And that's why there are bridges, but they want to be prepared.
And now they're able to actually like monitor everything very fully.
Yeah.
I like it. Cute. All right. Then let's see. The next thing that I want to do I think that Dialis is obviously nervous, right? They're afraid of the South. They have created a connection with Voldor, even though it's now kind of rocky. I think I'm going to start a project, but the project is going to be the sending of a group to the capital of Voldor to seek aid in their endeavors. And I think that's going to, let's say it's like a 2-week travel. Shouldn't be too long.
Ooh, if I get a card that destroys a project, that's a perfect reason.
Now it is your turn, and you have the Ace of Spades.
Ooh, the Ace of Spades.
Ace of Spades.
Now is the time to conserve energy and resources. A project fails, but gain an abundance. Ooh.
Oh, interesting.
Or now is the time for hurry labor and final efforts. A project finishes early, but gain a scarcity. Ooh.
Interesting.
Ooh, I know something good. But I'm also, you know what? Fuck it, this is going to be cool. Sorry for my language. The send group to seek aid gets cut off early, right? It fails. But no one dies. You see, at the time of this happening, Voldor does close off their tunnel.
Oh.
But in the process of closing this tunnel, there is an abundance of clay. So much to the point that it's, not a rare material anymore. And the thing is, because it is abundant, both sides of the tunnel have clay. So, people that are outside the mountains could see it and harvest it if they wanted to, or the people of Voldor could also harvest it as well.
I like it.
So
nice.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, okay, then the rest of the project dice are going to continue. So this one drops to 4, and then study of foliage. So that is you as well. What happens with that?
So the people of Lothran, like the actual city, not the fire mages, realize that this foliage is more than just a plant. They tested it out in certain areas of Lothran and realized it rejuvenated the land. It went from a very orangey red volcanic land to a little green patch. Small, but it was different, right? It didn't look dead. It looks like life was breathed into the ground. So basically this foliage they found is kind of the breath of life to their volcanic land. And hopefully, this is something Lothran's going to keep to themselves for now because they want to use it on their land first. But do they keep it a secret from the fire mages who basically don't like the idea of that?
Yeah, because
they don't like the fauna and stuff.
This is creation magic. This is Dialis magic that is found now in Lothran.
So they're testing it out on the west side. Yeah, right where you're marking it. Soon that'll all be green.
Interesting. I like that a lot. All right. And then last bit would be, let's see. I think that we should start a project. And I really think that the Magic Academy is going to be frontlining this project. And they are going to be creating airships based on...
in time with that flying machine.
Yeah. Well, because remember, we studied the flying machine, and then now we have faster boats, right? But now I want them to actually start to really study how to make actual flying machines themselves, based off of the boat that they found and the information given by the elf child. So they're going to start creating flying machines to explore other continents. And I think that is going to take I don't know. It feels like it could be kind of a long one.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe 5 weeks, honestly. Like, that feels like it needs to be something pretty extensive. Because this is basically like if we were trying to go to Mars because the planet is dying, right? Like, this is another ditch effort to get out of Dodge. Cool. All right, so you had the 8 of spades.
Winter is harsh, and desperation gives rise to fear-mongering. Choose one. Spend the week calming the masses and dispelling their violent sentiments. The week ends immediately, or declare war on someone or something. This counts as starting a project. I mean, I kind of feel like those fire mages have already kind of declared war.
Yeah. It's been like subtle attack, but they haven't done like a full-scale invasion yet.
Yeah.
Because Lothran's still trying to at least hold discussions with them.
Right. I feel like the discussions is kind of like ruling out the whole prospect of war right now. So
it's trying to.
Yeah. Maybe just the week ends then because of that. I don't want to like destroy that project since I can't destroy a project. So
okay. So that would be it then. All right, then I guess I have the Queen of Spades.
Ooh.
So you see a good omen. What is it? Interesting.
That's pretty plain.
Yeah.
But I like it.
It could be really anything at this point.
An asteroid comes down and destroys Axium.
Yeah, right. Seriously. Now, at this point, the way how messed up everything is, it kind of makes sense.
Yep.
And a good omen can mean something different to anybody. Okay, I think that going back to Chrysalis, because we haven't been there in a while, the ones that are studying in the crypt, we kind of have some unknown entities going on here, right? We had the body washed up on shore from the parish. They found the crypt. It seems like they're trying to kind of hide something. I think while they're down there, a light appears over Chrysalis, and it's over the ruins themselves. But think about it as like a aurora borealis, right? Like kind of northern lights that is only over the ruins themselves near the crypt. Like it's making it really feel like a very like holy land, holy area. So I think that's kind of the good omen. And the reason why I want it to be kind of vague like that is because, I mean, like the people of Chrysalis, they might see it as one thing, right? Then the parish that's there, they might see it as like a good omen of them being there, right? Or like some sort of change itself.
Right.
Or even in Lothran, or like the volcanic people looking at it, it could remind them of the light in the obsidian, right? The way the light reflects off of it. So it's like, oh, like we're doing the right thing. The gods are speaking to us kind of deal. So I think there's a lot to that we can potentially kind of play around with.
That's a game changer.
Yeah. Okay, so and then this will go down to 3. Move in some project dice now. I think that's all of them. And then for my last bit of action here, I think that I'm going to start another expedition project. And this time it is going to be from the underground city to the capital of Dialis, and they are delivering the body.
Good call.
Yeah. And
just think about it, right? Because that tunnel goes destroyed. Dialis is like, why did Voldor close off their tunnel?
Right, and now they don't have any ties to the capital itself, so it only makes sense that the people who are outside of the capital, they need to seek refuge somewhere. So maybe they can see it as like a good-spirited thing. So I'm thinking like 2 weeks for that. Just a simple expedition trek through River City and then to the Grand Cathedral. All right, so you have the 3 of spades.
Someone comes up with an ingenious solution to a big problem, and as a result, the project finishes early. What was their idea? Or someone comes up with a plan to ensure safety and comfort during the coldest months. Start a project related to this. God, I keep forgetting it's winter time.
Yeah, like we're really close to the end game here. It could be. I only have 2 cards left. It could be the next card I draw.
I feel like this is going to go towards a discussion in Lothran, honestly.
Okay, so that finishes early.
Yeah.
All right, well then I will say how this ends. So the discussion in Lothran ends early, but it does not go the way that many people of Lothran had hoped. So the fire, or the volcanic community, or the hidden academy within the volcanic area, they gain the upper hand because they show brute force, right? They play it up and they end up basically owning the discussion and starting kind of think like I guess like dictatorship style, right? They take over the government and they are now going to be in charge of what Lothran does in the coming weeks or in the coming years, right? Because we don't really want this to end. So now Lothran is fully being controlled by this so-called hidden society. Here comes the war. And then the Fire Nation struck. Yeah.
They're still keeping that little thing to the west secret from them.
Yeah, I think that there's some subsects that like maybe the main politicians of Lothran are saying like, okay, like basically like kind of giving them enough to feel like they're in power and they have full control over everything, but they're still trying to kind of they're banking on hope of that because they found that around the same time that the omen above Chrysalis appeared as well, right?
Yep.
So I think that there's some hope out there still. So, yeah. All right, and then so you can hold a discussion, discover something new, or start a project.
Really want to do a discover. Oh, you know what? I'll start a project.
Okay.
Connecting Voldor to the underground city. Underground.
Ooh, okay.
This is going to be a long project, though, because you think they have to dig through the ground. Make it 7 weeks.
Okay.
And no one will really know they're connected aside from that.
Right. This fully hidden to them.
Yep.
Okay. And so here's the card. And I got the King of Spades.
Oh.
So Frost Giants appear. We made it really far. We were down to the last 2 cards, honestly. So I think that technically this is the end of the game, right? So if you're playing the Quiet Year, this is where everything would just end. And you've created a very interesting world here. Now, what I think we should do is, or what we probably will do, is we're definitely going to be revisiting this area, right?
Yeah.
We're coming back to Axium in the future for more of the We Make a Game series, but I think what we'll do is we could potentially design the game around the world that we have built in year 1, right? And then when we return to Axium, it will be maybe with some time later. It's not going to be picking up exactly where it left off. So maybe we come back in 5 years and, you know, the tunnels of Voldor in the underground city are fully completed. Like, there's a lot of changes to the landscape there. And then, like, because we're seeing all of the repercussions of everything that we played out actually happen. And then we can kind of pick up from where we left off. So we'll figure out exactly how that's going to be played out, what it's going to entail in the future when we decide to revisit Axium. But I don't know about you, man. I love this game. I thought this was really, really cool. And I know that we have a lot of things still on the board that I know I want to play out, but technically, that's the end of the game.
I really liked it, though. I mean, I knew it was going to come to an end, but it was fun. And this makes me actually really want to build and write like a story, you know, like actually like flesh something out.
Yeah, this is a really great tool. Like, I remember hearing an interview from Neil Gaiman saying that he actually plays Dungeons and Dragons in order to flesh out characters for his stories to see how they would react to certain situations, right? And I totally agree. Like, I feel like this is a wonderful tool, not for, you know, character development, I would say, but world development. this is a fantastic tool to use to create something for whether it's a story you're writing or a story that you want your people to play in, right? Like, can you imagine we've established all this stuff that's happening, and then what if we dropped a D&D party into this world right now, right? There's so much tension everywhere. There's a lot of things going on and a lot of different areas in which the DM could potentially take the story. And I just think it's really, really cool where it leaves off. It just, yeah, there's a lot of open doors still and a lot of unanswered questions, but there's a lot of interesting directions we could take this. Mm-hmm. So it's really, really cool. And I'm super excited to revisit this world. And maybe it would be cool to, kind of bookmark where we left off, use this for a different thing, right? Like we could even use it in like a D&D show, which we have talked about in the past. And then maybe like for another show or another season, we hop back into Axium after we play the Quiet Year again, right? And see where it leaves off. Like, I think that'd be really, really cool. But I'm really excited to start talking about what a game might look like, whether it's during the events that we said, if it's a game that's taking place right now, right? Like right where we ended, or it's something a little bit in the future, because the landscape has definitely changed quite a bit. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for us this week. Thank you guys so much for listening to our little adventures into the Quiet Year. We know that these episodes are a little bit longer than what we usually do, so we appreciate you guys listening through to the end, and let us know what you think about this, because this is really fun, and we would love to do a lot more like kind of thought experimenty things like this. So with that, we'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.